Hello. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Trecena of Tihash. So, Tihash, what does that mean? Tihash is the obsidian blade. It is the blade that cuts. It is the blade that purifies. It is the blade that removes what is worn out, what is old, what is diseased from the world in order to purify, in order to bring it to full health, in order to bring it to unity, in order to bring it to peace. Now, it can represent surgery, and we know that surgery is not painless, but it's often necessary. So, we kind of got to go through it because we know that it's going to help us to heal. We know that it's going to help us to get better in the long run. Is it always pleasant? Not always, but that's the way that it is. So, we're going to start the Trecena on the day 1 Tihash. We have the number 1 representing potential, representing beginnings, and Tihash, which can also represent healing. So 1 Tihash could be seen as a phase or a new phase of healing to come in, a new way to use the obsidian blade to cut through to the truth. Now, sometimes when we use the obsidian blade, it might cut a bit too deeply. There's probably not so much chance of that on a 1 day. In fact, sometimes with the 1 day, it needs a little bit of help to get it going. It needs a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of nutrient, a little bit of advice. And so it might be kind of like more of a fact-finding mission about how you're going to proceed with the healing, how you're going to proceed with the purification. And it's a great time to be kind of like working on anything like cleansing, detoxing, that kind of thing, because it's getting the impurities out of the body as well. So 1 Tihash, a great day to begin that healing process. From 1 Tihash, we're then going to move into Tuka Walk. So as I sit here today, it's starting to get a bit cloudy. I think I heard some thunder. Maybe there's a storm coming in. Kawok, the Nawal of the storm, the Nawal of the rain. Kawok can be seen as the midwife to the new life, bringing that new life into the world, the corn that grows after the rain has fallen. And the rain, of course, nourishing, bringing that new into the world. Also washing away that which Tihash has cut. I often see Tihash and Kawok working together as a pair, the masculine and feminine essences of healing. Tihash cuts, Kawok then does the aftercare. It brings the compassionate element. Now we see Kawok with the number 2 representing polarity, duality. It's seeing things in, kind of like in those polarities. It's either this way or it's that way. Kawok can also be seen as having a destructive face and a constructive face, whether the rain is going to kind of like flood and wash things away, or whether it's going to help things to grow. It could be either. Sometimes it's also our choice of the way that we want to go through that healing process. So Tuka Walk could be a good day to make your choice on how to heal, to make your choice on what you wish to grow and what you wish to wash away. From Tuka Walk, we then move into 3 Ahapu. So Ahapu, the Nawal of the return to the source, the Nawal of the spiritual warrior, the spiritual journey. Ahapu, finding our hero within ourselves. And here we see it with the number 3, which can also represent the journey within. Now, when we're on the hero's journey, of course, we come up against all sorts of issues and things that were challenges that we're going to go through. And on 3 days, we're looking within ourselves. And so kind of like, this might be a good day to analyze. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from bringing out that hero? What inner challenges do you have between you and your walking your spiritual path? This is a good thing to be looking at during this Tihash Trecena, because we're going inside. We're using that discernment of Tihash to see within us, to see maybe where our hero is holding itself back. How do you step in and walk your hero's path? Maybe you've got to kind of like look inside you for the one to defeat. From 3 Ahapu, we're then going into 4 Imosh. Imosh, the Nawal of the lakes. The Imosh, the Nawal of the seas and the oceans, a collective consciousness that binds us all together. And here seen with the number 4, the number which represents the physical plane of existence, the number which represents being down to earth. This is a very physical day. It's a day to really physically connect with the water, a great day to be going to the beach, to the lake, however it might be. But also, we see Imosh as representing the dream world and our connection with it. And so, when we see 4 Imosh, this could be very much be seen as like bringing our dreams into reality. Hopefully, we've all got dreams, one way or another. And, do we spend enough time working on them? Do we spend enough time on trying to manifest them into reality and actually putting our energy into it? Maybe 4 Imosh is a great day to go and do some practical work, connecting with them, bringing them into that reality. It's also a great day for doing some practical work on the water, whether it might be like beach cleanup or whatever that might be. From 4 Imosh, we move to 5 Ich. Ich being the Nawal of the wind, Ich being the Nawal of change and of communication. And here with the number 5 representing work, representing putting our work into it. Now, I like to see it as work being the application of energy to a system. If the system that we're talking about is the Nawal that it's attached to, it's about putting our energy into our communication. Why? Well, because sometimes we might not be clear in what we're saying. Sometimes we, kind of like we do things and we don't quite put enough effort into it or something like that. And as a result, our words are not perceived clearly, they're not taken to heart. 5 Eek is saying kind of like it's a great day to be focusing your energy, putting your work into what you have to communicate. Now, Eek is also the Nawal which represents change, that change which can come with the wind, with the divine breath that keeps us moving, that keeps us alive. And so this is also the day to be putting our work into change of state, change of who we are, change of what we're doing, the changes that we're looking for in life. Sometimes we've got to put a bit more effort into it, put a bit more breath into it. 5 Eek is a great day to be doing that. From 5 Eek, we then move into 6 Akabal. Akabal representing the dawn and the dusk. Akabal representing the twilight. It's bringing things out of the dark and into the light. It's bringing in new concepts. It's a conception of the new. And here we see it with the number 6, which can represent family, but it's also about stability. It's the 4 of the earthly plane with a connection to the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth. So it's calling on the divine realm, manifesting it into the physical plane. What are we manifesting? New concepts. It's a great day to go out and meditate at sunrise or at sunset, to go and receive those concepts you want to bring in. Now, I'd say sunrise because then that gives you the whole day to kind of like work on bringing them in, right? But this is the new concepts that you want to bring into life. Now, we also see that if we see the connection between the earth and the sky, with the midpoint between them, where we are, could also be seen as the Akabal. This is where we can conceive from Divine Father and Divine Mother into this physical realm. So it's a great day to stabilize the concepts that you want to bring in. If you've got a new project, if you've got a new idea that you want to get out into the world, 6 Akabal is a great day to do that. From 6 Akabal, we move to 7 Cat. Cat, the Nawal of the net. The Nawal that represents what we carry with us, represents our abundance, our harvest that fills the net. It can also represent our attachments, the things that are holding us back from achieving what we need to achieve. Now, it's interesting that this pops up in the middle of the Tihash Trecena, because of the obsidian blade that we carry with Tihash is exactly what we need to cut those attachments, to cut that net. Now, when we see Cat with the number 7 representing the top of the pyramid, the number 7 representing choices and decisions, but also representing finality. This is finally letting go of stuff. This is kind of like accept it or set it free. That's what Tihash, that could be, like the cut that we make could be rather final in its way. Well, 7 Cat is saying, right, okay, how long do you want to hold on to this for? What are my choices? Where do I want to go? What do I want to carry with me? What do I want to be attached to? 7 Cat can be a great day to end attachments. So if there's something that's in your life, maybe it's something going through this purification process, that you say, yeah, you know what, that's been in my life for too long. That's been holding me back from, achieving what I could achieve or being who I could be, or holding me back from my healthy self. It's time to cut it away. 7 Cat is a great day to release your attachment to it. It's a great day to be making space in your net for what needs to come into your life. From 7 Cat, we move to 8 Can. Can, the Nawal of wisdom and power, the Nawal of the energy that each of us holds, the life force energy that runs through our bodies. Can, the Nawal of the serpent, of lightning. It's the teacher. It can also be the sorcerer. The sorcerer makes the illusions that manipulate us. The teacher shares their wisdom that helps us to see through the illusions. 8 Can is a great day to make ceremony, to give thanks for our teachers, to give thanks for the wisdom that we've received through our teachers. 8 Can is also a great day to bring it into a wholeness, to bring our wisdom into a wholeness. So the 8 I often see, when we think of it as wholeness, we could see it as like the yin and the yang coming together, the dark and the light coming together. And we need to understand the wisdom from its whole vision, the whole understanding of it. Because sometimes if we're just looking at it from one angle, we're going to miss out on what might be hidden below or above. And so in that way, we're still under the effects of the illusion. It's only by seeing the wisdom for the wholeness that it carries that we can understand how to look through, see through the illusion. And so it's very much about bringing it all together and giving thanks to our teachers for empowering us to do so that we can, surpass the illusions that are around us. From 8 Can, we then are going to move to 9 Kame. So Kame, the Nawal of death. Kame, the Nawal of transformation. Kame, the connection that we have with the ancestors. Interestingly here, combined with the number 9, the number of the feminine, the number of life. And so certainly it's a great day to get in touch with your female ancestors, whether they're in this realm or not, to see how they can help you with your transformation through this Tihash Trecena. But with 9 Tihash, this is also kind of like death and life together, and it's like representing the whole cycle of it. Maybe this is also something which is important within the Tihash Trecena, to see what dies and falls away so that the new life can begin as well. Maybe that's part of the transformation, to understand that that transformation brings out new life. Now the 9 could also be seen as compassionate and feminine. It can also be seen as independent. So it's bringing those qualities in order to transform, because that's what the Tihashtra Center is helping us to bring in as well. From 9 Kame, we're then moving into 10 Kiach. So we're in this delightful garden today, in this wilderness kind of area, very Kech energy going on with the water and the trees. Kech being the Nawal of the wilderness, Kech being the Nawal of leadership, Kech being the Nawal which represents strength, and the strength that comes to us when we walk in the mountains, the strength that comes to us through our connection with the wilderness, that we can then use to help people around us, that we can then use to work, to act, to be the spiritual guides for those around us. Now, it's a great day to strengthen. It's a great day also to understand how to balance determination and stubbornness. This is always a job to do in the forest, to understand it in nature. And here we see Kek combined with the number 10, representing society, representing community. So it's very easy to kind of just say 10 Kech, the spiritual leadership of community. But this is coming together to bring our strength together, to bring our connection with the wilderness, with nature together, so that we can enhance that bonding, enhance our communities, enhance the peace, which is another aspect of the Tihash Trecena, by coming together and sharing our strength, leading together. So it's a great day to get together as a group, with your community, with your family, with your friends, and help each other through things, because that's what Kech is here to do. From 10 Kech, we then move to 11 Anil. Anil being the ripening, the yellowing. Anil representing the maize coming to its full ripeness. This is a great day to bring your ideas, to bring your projects to their full ripeness and abundance. Now, which projects am I talking about? Well, there might be a multitude of them, because it's on an 11 day, and the 11 is going there, it's going there, it's going there. It's very, very creative, but it's kind of applying its energy in many different areas. So, kind of like if Anil is about bringing things to ripeness, this might suggest you might feel yourself a bit spread thin on 11 Anil, because that plant needs attention, and that plant needs attention, and that plant needs attention, and that project needs attention. And so this is the sort of thing that kind of like is worthwhile working with on an 11 Anil day, in order to make sure that the harvest will fully ripen, in order to bring that full yellowness in. That's how, kind of like what we could see. But it might be that, kind of like don't expect your attention to be in one place, because it's going to have to go off to several different places in order to get the most out of it. From 11 Kanil, we're then moving into 12 Toch. So Toch, the Nawal of service, the Nawal of payment. Toch, the Nawal of offerings, it's the Nawal of ceremony, it's a Nawal of paying things back. And here we see it with the number 12 representing the bundling together of life's experiences. So this can certainly be about the repayment of life debts. This can certainly be like going back through your diary, through your journal, through your accounts, or whatever it might be, and finding things where, oh, look at that, I still owe that person $10, or they owe me $10, or whatever it might be, and putting it to bed, because this is all part of the purification. This is all part of that Tihash Trecena, right? We got to look at it on that level. I know that's a very physical level, but it's still energetically something that we're carrying with us that is preventing our purification, maybe even preventing our healing. So it's a great day to go back through those kind of things and sort them out once and for all. It's a great day to repay for what you've received in your life. And then finally, we finish the Tihash Trecena on the day 13 Tzi. So Tzi, the Nawal of faith, of loyalty, of unconditional love, of justice. It's got all of those kind of things in there. It's also the Nawal of the vices. So if we start with the unconditional love, we start with the faith and the loyalty. And here we're seeing it connected with the number 13. The number 13 representing the ancestors, representing spirit. This is faith in spirit. Now, the number 13 is a very high number. It's a very strong number. And sometimes things have to come along and rock us in order to remind us of what we need to put our faith into. 13C is a great day to be reminded of that, kind of like something, I was going to say kind of like something that's sent by spirit to remind us. It's okay, I've got your back, I'm here with you. We can also see it as representing our faith to the ancestors, to our ancestors, and following their path as well. On the other side of things, if we're connecting Tzi with the vices in this Tihash Trecena, we can also imagine that finishing it off is the faith that we might overcome them. And maybe the spirit, maybe the ancestors are the ones that kind of like give us the extra energy that we might need to finally overcome our vices and purify. So I hope that that's been useful to you. I hope it's been interesting for you. And I look forward to seeing you in 13 days' time for the Trecena of Bats. Thank you.